All right, so today's session we're going to talk about the important events in the discovery of the cell and the development of cell theory. Remember back to the cell theory jam that was on the cell structure and function? So if you haven't watched that one yet, on slide 2, it has this beautiful song. It's pretty awesome. Go there, watch the video, listen, let your eardrums just take in the sweet sounds, and then come back and watch this because that'll help you remember some of what's going on. All right, so we have this guy named Robert Hooke. He observed cells in a cork. So there's a picture on the left, and he coined the term cell. So he's the one who made up the word cells. You can see there he's wearing quite the wig. Now, in 1673, Anton van Leeuwenhoek, the gentleman over here on the left, created a very powerful microscope which was able to view the cell. All right, so from 1827 to 1833, this guy over here named Robert Brown, good-looking young fella here, he noticed that pollen grains in water jiggled around, and so he gave him a Brownian motion name. And that helped him lead to the discovery of a nucleus, which you will see in your own cheek cells this week. So just a few years after Robert Brown discovered a nucleus in an animal cell, Matthias Schleiden is a botanist, means he's a plant scientist, and he figured out that all plants are made of cells, and you'll also see a plant cell, a beautiful plant cell, not green like this one, but it'll be like kind of an orangey yellow when you get to see it on Friday with the Onion Cheek Cell Lab. Just 1 year after Matthias Schleiden figured out that plants are made of cells, Theodor Schwann, Theodor, great name, my middle name, solid name, a zoologist who concluded all animals are then made of cells. And there's a picture of nerve cells, which are some of the largest cells in your body because they have to send messages really quickly to your brain. So about 20 years after that, Rudolf Virchow, he figured out that all cells have to come from a cell that was already there before. He also did research on cancer cells, which helped him make this conclusion. Recap time! All right, so name each scientist and their contribution to cell theory. So at this point, if you don't have the perfectly locked tight memory and can't remember all of them, you simply just scroll on back, pause it, move it on back a couple slides, and make sure you know what they did to help contribute to cell theory. All right, so this is what we know as cell theory. Theory meaning it's been tested many times and proven correct, but nothing is scientific fact. It's just been proven correct many times. All living things are composed of at least one cell. Cells are the basic units of structure and function, meaning that they are the smallest part that allow us to function as a living thing. And then cells have to come from a cell that was already existing. So this is just some pictures of different types of cells that you would find in your body. They're very unique, very different. They can be very large, like a nerve cell. They can be very small, like a white blood cell. It just depends on what their job is, on how big they are. All cells must have the following: plasma membrane, which is the cell, the actual cell; nucleus, which is only in eukaryotes, because remember, you and me have a nucleus. Pro means no, prokaryotes have no nucleus. Cytoplasm, which is the gel-like structure that allows things to kind of hold in place but yet move around a little bit. And they have to have organelles, which means that inside of the cell, remember organelles means, think, tiny organs. So they have to have little jobs in there. So whatever the job may be, transport something here and there, let water in and out of the cell, it has to have little organs to help it survive. Review time. What are the 3 parts of cell theory? You can list these out, create a lovely little sketch, or write out the answer in a complete sentence. Either way works, but just recap. If you can't remember what they are, you can hum that song from YouTube in your head. But anyway, you can do that, or you can just pause it and scroll on back. Just a quick review on cell types. You have prokaryotes. They do not have internal membranes, aka nucleus. So an example would be bacteria. Eukaryotes, you and me, have a nucleus. Very good. So plant and animal cells would be eukaryotic. And these are just 2 lovely pictures of prokaryotic on the left, bacteria, eukaryotic on the right. I'm not sure exactly what cell that is because it's a crazy little picture, but it has a nucleus, so I know it is a plant or animal cell. Last review. All right, please sketch, write out, or list the differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Once you have this done, you should be pretty solid on different types of cells and the beautiful cell theory.